Hi. Hi everybody, welcome back. Story time. I had somebody comment on, I don't know why I always look down. I always find something down in my lap or something or on my body. And I don't know, it distracts me. I had a comment in my comments that they like my story time. So I'm going to throw one in from the past. It's about another date. I have bad dates. I am telling you, bad dates. And this was years ago, maybe at least 10 years ago. I was talking to this guy from a single site. I don't even know if I should say on YouTube. He said, we're going to meet at Johnny Carino's and we'll have dinner and get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. The time came to meet and I always text him and tell him what I'm driving and that I hope they meet me outside because I don't like going into a restaurant and looking around for my date, especially if I never seen him before except for a picture, because I feel like, well, I look stupid, kind of, I don't know. I messaged him and I said, I'll be, I think it was my green Suburban, and I told my mom away, and he goes, well, I'm inside having a drink, and I when you get here, text me and I'll meet you outside. I said, okay. So I get there and I text him and said I'm here, and I'm walking to the front, and he comes out and meets me and he gives me a hug, and he was pretty decent looking. And we go into the bar area where he already had, a table. I think we moved from a table to a booth, and he had an alcoholic drink, and he asked me if I wanted one, and I said, sure. Only one, that's all I need. We had a drink, and then we ate, and he kept drinking and kept drinking. And evidently he was there a while before I got there because he was 3 sheets in the wind already. He was loud, slightly obnoxious, and he talked about sex off and on. And that's one thing I don't do. I don't talk about sex on the first date, not even the second, third, or fourth. I just don't do that. I'm not one to jump in bed or to give subtle hints that, hey, I'm ready to, jump in the hay with you. I'm already knowing that this guy must be a heavy drinker often because, one, I think it's rude that he was already drunk or close to it when I met him, and two, you just don't do that on your first date. It was all bad anyway. I'm already knowing that I'm not going to meet him. No big deal. I mean, not meet him for another date. Our date was ending, and I kind of exaggerated, and I said, well, I've got to go. And I don't remember my excuse. He goes, yeah, sure. He said, I'll walk you out to your car. And I'm thinking, well, that's nice. At least he's considering that, something nice. We walk out to my Suburban, and I had a Nerf bar on the Suburban. You kind of had to step up in it. Me, I'm 5'2", 5'1" now. I had to step up because I was short. So I had my purse, and I stepped up on the Nerf bar, and I leaned over, and all of a sudden I felt 2 hands on my hips, and I'm thinking, what's he doing? And then after I felt that, I felt a bang, bang, bang. I'm like, this dude is literally humping me. Yes, he's humping me. I stepped down, and I turned around, and I said, what are you doing? And when I turned around, there was another couple in the parking lot walking by looking like, And I'm floored. I can't believe he did that. And I guess he was so drunk he didn't care. I can't remember his words were after I asked him what was he doing, but I said, please don't do that. That was kind of rude and embarrassing and very disrespectful. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was that bad. And I'm like, really? Needless to say, I told him I've got to go. And we went on our way. He called me, I think it was that night or the next day. God, it's been so long ago. Asking for another date. And I said, no, I don't think so. And I told him about his drinking. And I have a bad past. When I was a kid, I was abused by alcoholics. 2 of them. My mom's boyfriends at the time. I should have known better. I should ask, do you drink often? Do you drink a lot? And I don't think I did at that time. He seemed to get offended. I'm like, okay, whatever. So now I screen my dates. If they say they drink on their profile, I ask them, how often do you drink and how much? And then, so it won't offend them, I'll say, I had a very bad childhood by 2 alcoholics, and I'm careful. I just can't drink. I can't date somebody. I can't drink somebody. Oh my God. I can't date somebody who drinks a lot. And then they'll tell me, well, I drink every weekend, which to me, that's too much. And sometimes I'll ask, well, how much do you drink during the weekend? And then they'll tell me, which usually is too much. I'm okay with having 1 drink every night before bedtime. I'm okay with that. But if you're drinking a 6-pack Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's a little much. No. My stepdads would get a case and it'd be gone that weekend. But they would drink a lot through the week too. So they were abusive mentally, physically. My first stepdad was in every way. That's my story on that one. And I'll give another quick one on a second date I had. And it was around the same time I met him. And I don't guess I learned my lesson. I don't remember which one was first, but he was there before I was, and same circumstance. And he met me outside. When I sat down at the table, I realized that he already had too much. He was slurring. His eyes were glazed over. When we left, he was a nice guy, and I care for everybody. And I said, are you okay to drive home? Oh yeah, I'll do it all the time. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, be careful. And he left, and I told him the next day when he contacted me, I can't date you because you drink too much. And it doesn't make you a bad person, but I don't have a good history with people who drink hard and heavy. I want to talk to you when you're sober and you know what you're talking about and you remember it the next day. Is that too much to ask? I don't know why I have such bad dates, and I've had some good ones too. I had one that met me, and even I'll say this, if you're meeting somebody on a single site and they're smiling in every picture but they're not showing teeth, you have to ask. I can't remember. I found a polite way to ask, and I can't remember what it was. I think I just made the excuse up as saying, I met this guy one time, and he had some missing teeth, and I wondered why you never showed teeth. Can you show me your teeth? Then I got uncomfortable with that. I'm like, that's kind of rude. I can't do that. So it's got where I won't talk to somebody or even go out with them if they don't show their teeth. Because I went out with this guy one time. I met him, he smiled real big, and he was missing teeth in the front. And his teeth didn't look that healthy. Now, he was a good-looking guy, don't get me wrong, but he had missing teeth. And then when he grabbed his fork, I noticed he had long, dirty fingernails. That's another thing. I can't do it. And then another guy I went out with, he was really nice, good-looking. I considered, hey, I got a winner. And then we went out a second time, and he admitted, I was gonna say confirmed, he admitted to me that he did cocaine and meth. So I'm like, alcohol, drugs, alcohol, drugs. I don't know which one. So I'm like, okay, I can't date you. You know, I'm trying to be a good person, and I love everybody. I mean, some people are bad, and I care for them because they're human, and in my opinion, I think you should care for everybody. But I just can't live with alcoholism, alcohol abuse, or drug abuse in my life. I can't, especially now. I'm trying to do everything good. With all that being said, I have a date tonight. So I'm glad you came back. I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. I hope you're having a good day and night wherever you are, and I'm going to leave you in love, light, and peace. Thanks. Oh, like and subscribe and comment below. Sorry, I always forget to say that. You guys have a good day. Bye.